Alright, what's up y'all? In this horror game, we are a daughter and we have to convince our mother that we are her daughter. That's about all I know about this game. Let's get into it, bro. Begin the demo. This isn't the full release. There is going to be a full version that comes out eventually, as far as I know. And the game is called I Nima. Am I Nima? Dark, cold, endless, and utterly serene. Okay. The perfect undulating prison for you to spend eternity. An irritating yet familiar voice scratches at your brain and you find yourself violently awoken by a mysterious figure. It worked. You're breathing. The air is cold and stagnant. This is our character down here, I suppose. The walls that surround you provide the room with a distinct lack of natural light. You are underground. Dozens of boxes overflowing with trinkets bring a strange sense of comfort. And then there's, I assume that's our mom. That comfort dissipates as you realize you're tied to the chair you're sitting in. A bungee cord holds your head up. The stranger stands across the room, hesitating to approach. Nima, is that you? Okay, and then we have stuff in our brain here. Nima, stranger. We can expand on that. Interesting. I don't know what that does. We expand on this and it adds something over here. Words in your brain can be combined to unlock new words. Who is Nima? Am I Nima? Just tell her whatever she wants to hear. Mom. Oh, that's interesting. All words are stored in your library after they're unlocked. Interesting. When you're done, words can be dragged from your brain down to your mouth to unlock new dialogue options. Oh, I see. Mom, what's going on? Oh, that's cool. I like this. Wait. Yes, it's all coming back to you now. You are Nima Lee, and this is your mother, Annabelle Lee. Mom breathes a sigh of relief and smiles. Oh, thank God, I thought I'd lost you. She excitedly steps forward, but stops herself just short of throwing her arms around you in an embrace. She pauses. Lost? Me? That's me saying that. Mom shudders. Let me bring you some food first. You must be starving. Mom exits the basement, excitedly clambering her way up the stairs. I hope she trips and cracks her skull. So I'm definitely, I mean, I understood this immediately, but I'm definitely not her daughter, right? I'm like some parasite infected in her. Thanks, Mom. A sopping wet bowl of slop is gently presented to you. The odor, reminiscent of wet dog and dirty socks, is masked by overwhelming amounts of soy sauce. Your nose begins to shrivel like a worm. Jesus Christ. Like a worm left out in the sun. I had a crazy reaction there. That was wild. Mom unties your hands but leaves your waist and head fastened to the chair. With some effort, you can now eat your gruel. She places a small, dull spoon in your now free hand. She's even uglier up close. I don't think she's that ugly, bro. Jesus. I think she's a pretty good-looking mom, you know what I mean? Dang. Okay, Nima, before you eat, we need to have a little talk. There was an accident. Your memories may have been affected, and I want to ensure you're okay before everything goes back to normal. You're going to be living and sleeping in the basement for now. Can you untie me? You're tied up for your own safety. If you fall unconscious, I don't want you to fall and hurt yourself. Just follow her rules, and then we'll be free. You're not a prisoner. This is just a controlled environment for you to heal in, okay? You look at the bowl of food and then back up at her. You try to nod, but your head just bounces in your binds. Alright, so starting tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing you items. I want you to think of how these items make you feel, if they bring back any memories. For now, let's start with something simple as an example. She takes the bowl of gruel and pushes it towards you. What does this kanji make you think of? You can start to eat while we talk, if you like. Kanji plus hungry, disgust. I would say disgust. And then, wait. This is interesting. Mom, disgust, food. Huh. I want to play around with these for a bit, because I think this is interesting. Science. Nima plus stranger is mom. Mom plus science is a scientist. Ooh. Is our mom a scientist? Okay, hold on. I unlocked a ton of words there. Hungry and food, maybe? Happy. You hesitate, looking down at the bowl and back at her. Although she claims there are no wrong answers, you know that is not true. She's looking for a specific response. Try connecting ideas in your mind and see where the train of thoughts lead you. Tell me what you're thinking about. I'm thinking disgust. I mean, that's pretty gross. No? Was that the wrong answer? Despite every fiber of your being screaming at you not to, you bravely force a single spoon of piping hot congee down your throat. Overwhelmed by the pungent taste of Mom's unconventional methodology of cooking, you spit it back out. Better to starve to death than endure another mouthful of this overseasoned nightmare. Unsurprisingly, Mom looks away in shame and apologizes for the culinary travesty before you. I guess my cooking hasn't improved then. I'm sorry, Mom, I can't eat this. Well, you have to eat something. Can we order takeout? She cringes. The notion of spending money on greasy fast food when there's perfectly fine congee. You call that fine, bro? At home seems to cause her physical anguish. You know what? I have some Burgess Burger coupons upstairs. I've been saving them for a special occasion, to be determined if she'll remember to actually do this. Oh, she's going to feed us, right? You yawn. The bowl of congee certainly chased away your appetite. Now you'd prefer to find a nice den to crawl inside and sleep. Mom sets the bowl aside and lets out a long sigh. She stares at you intently, preparing for something. How much of the accident do you remember? You shake your head. Some things just come to you, but as far as you're concerned, everything that happened before you woke up in this basement feels like a dream. You were swimming, you hit your head. You're lucky I was able to rescue you. You clutch your head as a bolt of pain travels from the top of your cranium down your spine. Ow. Likely story. A memory surges to you. You recall looking up at your mother's stony face. In her hand, she clutches a small, sharp knife designated to cut through flesh and organs. Your mother looks worried as she reaches out to console you. You recoil away from her. Maybe we should talk about this later. Tomorrow, the real tests will begin. You pass those and you'll be free to leave the basement. Everything can return to normal. How am I supposed to pass if I can barely remember anything? I suppose it's only fair if you have a chance to ask me some questions in return. There's a shuddering pain racking your brain. You're almost spent for the day. Choose your next words carefully. What do you want to know? I can say that. I got hurt while swimming? You feel like you don't trust that explanation. You went swimming by yourself and hit your head on a rock. I told you not to go because the current was strong, but you didn't listen as usual. You were lucky I found you when I did. Really? Yeah. Her voice is tinged with regret. She's lying to you. Your eyelids are growing heavy. You're running out of energy. Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on. I need some water, bro. I've been reading fast, going through this, man. What? Pain and rock, blood and Nima, river and drown. Interesting. Work. Mom is a scientist. She's a paleontologist. Isn't that like dinosaur bones? Anything else you want to ask me about? I can't ask this. What about river? Probably not that. Probably not did I die. Where's river at? I don't see river anywhere. There it is. I can't ask that. Sashimi. I didn't even mean to do that. James Pond? What the heck? I'm gonna do this. Isn't there something missing? There's this fish-shaped hole in your heart you can't explain. Or is it just a fish-shaped hole in my stomach? There's a lot missing, sweetie. We're gonna put it back together again, okay? You nod. You yawn and your mother takes notice. Nima, sweetie, don't you think it's time to go to bed? I just have one more question. Okay, what do you want to ask? I want to ask about the paleontologist thing. I also asked, did I die? Did I die in the accident? No. You were in a coma. Let's not worry about that right now, okay? The pain surging through your brain terminates with a sudden pull of the plug. Your eyes cut to blindness, and then you feel your body fall forward to be caught by tight ropes fastening you to the chair. You flicker in and out of consciousness as rogue bolts of electricity wiggle your neurons. Mom hums a familiar song. A pair of tender arms bear the full weight of your malnourished and sickly form. You are lowered onto a lumpy mattress, tucked in routinely and without indulgence. Whoever carried you here was hesitant to do so. Her acts of mothership seem little more than a performance. Despite that, you feel a gentle hand lovingly caress the side of your face, and once again the world goes dark. Interesting. Fossil. I mean, that image that pops up does make me think there's like some parasite in my head, right? That's kind of what it looks like. My head hurts. This is my room. I barely remember it. What is going on here? Let's check this vent. I wonder what's out there. Trapped? Isolation. Corpse. Fossil. Let's just combine a bunch of stuff together. Outside, pain. Outside, happy. Freedom. We want freedom. We're neglected. We're grieving. We're an experiment, maybe. She's a paleontologist. She is a scientist. That is an interesting... What about this picture? I was not talented at all. Mom and dad. What about dad? Where's work? Where's work on here? Maybe if I combine happy and dad. I don't know. Where's work? Where's work? Stranger? Dad and the stranger? Maybe I don't know him. Where's work at? I don't see work anywhere. I know. Here it is. Work and dad. Marine biologist. He's a marine biologist and she's a paleontologist. I have a pet, maybe? Mind. Mind and trapped. Judgment. Judgment and neglect. Work. This would make sense because our dad's a marine biologist. I don't know if I can click on everything around here or if I have like a limited amount. Yeah, that was kind of pointless. What about the bed? Was it always this lumpy? Bed. Fish tank. What's this James Pond thing? Nima. I don't know. Oh, look at this. I wish I could be the powerhouse of the cell. That's the mitochondria, isn't it? The nematochondria. Science makes sense. Was I good at science? World's best daughter. I wonder what the sample size for this was. My old locker. I can't remember the passcode. Is it July already? It feels like it's been a million years. Time is flying by. Well, I was apparently in a coma, so I suppose that makes a little sense. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. Ruin. I'm just trying to move some words to the side, you know? We'll move a bunch of these words over. Forgotten with time? Cambrian era. Burgess Shale. Marine biologist? Paleontologist? Knowledge. Science and pride? Science and neglect? Dude, this is a cool game. I like this. This human looks strange. It's not a human. Wait, I don't know what a human is? Disgust. This is what my dad looked like. I remember him. I have a memory. Ego. I'm learning a lot of words here. A lava lamp. Hot to the touch. Light. Light plus memory? Death. Death, dad? Grief. Maybe our dad died. Interesting. I think I've... Okay, I didn't check on everything. That is our dad. I was his child and I was her child. In this kingdom by the sea. Aquarium. A child's drawing a vaguely resembles a koi fish. James Pond. Oh, what happened? That's James Pond. We have a picture of him. Trapped. Humility. What? This is such an interesting way of storytelling. I really like this. Let's go in here. Bathroom's locked, dang. But what if I need to? Yeah, it seems like we're trapped here. Tales from the Uncool Kid, Benson Breyer. This book used to be so relatable. Now I think he's just a loser. School. Bully. Let's do school again. Where is school? Okay, so your new words. I wish these were in alphabetical order. It would be a lot easier. What about school and death? Okay, I didn't think there would be anything, but I wasn't sure. School and ego? Healing. School and knowledge, maybe? Or school and memory, I could do. Homework. What about memory and homework? What about homework and knowledge? No. Homework. Oh, pills. Antidepressants. Ego and antidepressants? I don't know. Humility and antidepressants? Interesting. Okay. I'm learning a lot about the game. 101 dinosaur jokes that'll have your friends roaring. How do dinosaurs pay their bills? With Tyrannosaurus checks. That is a really good one, man. Understanding paleobiology. Zonglin 7. Even after all those years of studying, my Mandarin still sucks. Those fish are trapped in a fake world. Joe? Oh, coffin. I didn't even mean to. Oh no, let's go back. I wasn't done. Spent a long time working on this one. No one even read it. This book is about evolution. I wonder what we'll evolve into. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm a pretty strong swimmer. Okay, we got a lot of freaking words. I'm not going to leave yet. I think if I leave that, then it's like the next day, right? I feel like I've got a lot of words. Was I on the swim team? I don't know. I want to do age, and I want to do Nima. I want to see if I can figure out how old my character is. I feel like that could be a question that she asked me tomorrow. You know? Paradox. What? How is it a paradox? What about mom and age? I hate how this isn't in alphabetical order. Mom and age. No! Age! Old. Okay, well, Jesus. That's what you want to hear. Old book. Paradox. And old is immortality. Dude, I'm learning so many words. Look at this. Look how many words I have, even if I collapse it. That's crazy. Did isolation and coffin equal dad? Dad is just a memory. What about dad's age? I wish I... Oh, I can type it in. Wait, what? I can type it in here. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice quality of life thing. I didn't even know I could do that. Dad is dead. Okay, that's why I figured. Alright, I think we can leave now. Should I knock for mom? Yeah. I feel like I've gotten a lot of words there, bro. I expanded my vocabulary so much. Are you awake? Yes. You hear her undo a series of deadbolts, opening the door, only a crack for it to be caught by the chain lock and held nearly closed. She studies you. She closes the door. You hear her undo the last chain and open the door again. You didn't clean yourself up. The bathroom door was locked. Her cold demeanor thaws for a moment. She pounds her head with the palm of her hand. She gestures for you to go sit at the table while she retreats into your room and unlocks the bathroom. Quick, lock her in. You hesitate, weighing the risk of you trapping your mother in your prison. She returns quickly and efficiently. Your bathroom is unlocked. She doesn't take note of you, passing by to ascend the stairs in a staccato of thumps and exits the basement. You fidget in your chair, wondering if you did something to upset her. She's not buying it. She returns trundling clumsily. I've never heard of that word, trundling. Down the stairs. She holds a railing to keep herself steady. In her other hand, she carries a large tote bag, bulging with concealed items. Alright. She calms down a bit, smiles placidly at you. Good morning, Nima. Good morning. Don't forget to call her mom. Did you sleep well, mom? No. Disgusting. She's wearing the same clothes from yesterday. She looks disheveled. It's unclear if she slept at all. Are you feeling any pain? Yesterday our conversation ended rather abruptly. Your vitals are stable and you seem to have made a full recovery. Yes, I'm feeling well. A paleontologist is doing vitals and all that? Good. She flips up a notebook and makes note of that response. How was your sleep? Any interruptions or strange dreams? Lie to her. Nope. She flips her notebook closed and the fake smile turns into a real one. You're going to do better today, right? Today's going to be a little different from yesterday. With me, I have some items. All you need to do is tell me how they make you feel. Can you do that for me? Yes. She places a plushie of a shark upon the table in front of you. For some reason, invokes unfamiliar feelings within. It's my dad. It reminds me of my dad because of marine. Because he's a marine biologist. Nostalgia, sorrow, and most intriguingly, love. Now, Dad. Checkmate. I do remember. That's the toy Dad got me for at the aquarium. Can we go? Can we get tickets? Yes, let us out of the bowl. It's not really a good time for that right now. Aw, man, promise me we'll go sometime, okay? Just like how we used to when Dad was still around. Good, 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 good. Memories of your father's embrace fill your mind. He's no longer with you, but the plushie still connects the two of you together. Maybe after we're all done here. Does that sound good? Ah, the face. She's buying it. It looks like she's buying it. Yeah, okay. Mom lets out a melancholic chuckle. It's funny, you used to bring this thing everywhere with you. I remember you never let me take it from you, even to wash it. Your father used to say it was starting to look more like a catfish than a shark. He even considered buying a second one to switch out so we could clean it when you weren't looking. Hey. He never did, don't worry. After he passed, you were even more inseparable. You wanted to hold on to anything that reminded you of him. You and Mom share a moment of nostalgic silence, reminiscing on the warmth of a face that fades more and more into memory every single day. That's sad, bro. Mom lovingly plants her hand on your cheek. I'm just glad I didn't lose both of you. Okay, Nima, let's move on to something else. She pulls out a chunk of rock with a strange formation entombed into its surface. There's a prismatic glow to the rock, an opalized skeleton frozen in time and then cracked open like an egg. Mother hesitates, unsure if she should show you this thing. Still, she places it on the table and pushes it towards you. Isn't that the book? Isn't that the book that I read? Isn't that a book that I read? Didn't that same cover was on a book? Yes, your work. You have a memory. Good stuff, man. I'm freaking crazy at this game. You have a memory of being at the top of the stairs to the basement, peeking down at your mother while she toiled away down here in her lab. She was looking at this rock, spending all her time with it, as if it hadn't enchanted her. She wouldn't let you see what she was working on. Every time you interrupted, she'd tell you firmly to leave. This is the topic of her next research study, a study she has been working on night and day for most of the summer. You spent the whole summer with that fossil. Time got away from me. The memories are all tinged with loneliness and guilt. Your mother had called you her lab assistant, but all you did to help her was cook and clean. Back then you told yourself, if you did all that work for love, you did all that work for love. But now you can't help but feel indignant. Kind of a waste of time, sitting down here in the dark while the summer passes. You touched a nerve with that. She reacts by balling her fists. A steel veil crosses over her eyes. You spoiled brat, you can play and do nothing all summer. Maybe to you this looks like I'm wasting my time, but all this work I've done so we can fix our family. You shouldn't have said that. Why not? It's the truth. Play? You didn't let me go outside. I felt like I was in prison. You had to learn your lesson. What lesson? You really shouldn't have said that. I don't think we should continue talking about this. I want to focus on happy memories today. You are my good and happy daughter, Nima. She speaks as if she's reminding herself who you are, but the tone is clearly suggesting that you've begun to wander off the script she set out for you. What lesson, Mom? Don't get all righteous with me as if it's my fault that we ended up like this. You're the one who betrayed my trust. You're the one who put this entire experiment in jeopardy. I was ready to forgive you for us to go back to the way things were, but it seems you're too spiteful to move on. You're not Nima. Nima would never act like this. Nima would never question me like this. That's it. It's time for bed. Your mother grits her teeth to hold herself back from speaking further. Gruffly, she picks you up by your arms and hauls you back to your room. She deposits you across the threshold of the door and then quickly closes the door behind you. You hear her voice muttering something about controlled stimulus as she stomps away from the door and begins ascending the stairs out of the basement. You messed up, pushed her buttons too much. She doesn't love you anymore. You banish the errant thought from your mind. After the interrogation today, you want for nothing else but the comfort of the bed. You find yourself awake in bed. There are heavy weights on your arms. You try to wiggle and your arms push against a series of tight ropes that bind you still. I told you, she doesn't like failure. Your mother enters the room wiping a small steel pick with an antiseptic tissue. You're awake? I didn't use enough anesthesia. You try to scream, but you discover your mouth is gagged. That's fine. You won't need it. She leans over you, placing her knee on your stomach to pin you and gripping your face with a clawed hand. The pick inches closer to your eye. Don't blame yourself. It's my fault, really. Something must have went wrong with the procedure for you to come out like this. She begins to caress your cheek. Her hands are trembling ever so slightly, but that's okay. Is she trolling? There's always next time. You feel the blade scrape past your socket and push out into the nerves of your brain. Your life terminates with a pop as she severs your brain in half. Suddenly, it's dark. Dark, cold, endless, and utterly serene. You spend an eternity in this darkness until a familiar voice. Nima, is that you? What? Was that my dad at the end, maybe? Because he's dead? Maybe we met each other in the afterlife or something? Or maybe... Oh, what a cool game. I wonder if that's how it's supposed to end. I think that is. I feel like that's how it's supposed to end. I don't feel like I failed, because that's the demo, right? And it was definitely gearing to do more. So maybe that's part of the experiment. She's like, dang, I messed this one up. Let's try again. And then maybe that was her, and I woke up, you know? That was a really good game. I really like it. It was very unique. It was very indie style type of game. You don't get games like this very often that are like so unbelievably unique. You know, this was really unbelievably unique. I love the matching the words together, where it's like grief and this makes this, and you know, working mom makes paleontologist, and working dad makes marine biologist. And it was really cool putting all the words together and then understanding the lore of the game and then using that in action with the conversation. Oh man, it was so cool. This was a great game. This was awesome. I put a link to it down in the description if y'all want to check it out. Much love, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.